What's up, my nice guys and men in general? This is the logician coming with some more high science and true knowledge. And this video is going to be about why women a lot of times say one thing and do the exact opposite. Okay, their words come out one way, but they behave completely different than what they say. And if you checked out my previous videos on the reason why women choose thugs and bad boys over the nice guys, I explained the basic premise of how women are socialized to be, most women in society, about 70%, are socialized to react completely in a completely emotional way to relationship decisions. So I'm not going to cover that here. You can check out those videos. But another couple more aspects to why specifically women say one thing and do another. I'll give an example of how this happens to a lot of you guys, good guys and nice guys. You're having trouble with young women, right? You just can't seem to attract them like some of the other guys. They put you in the friend zone, or they don't pay much attention to you, or they're kind of nice to you, but they don't want to be with you. So you go to your mother and you say, "Mom, I don't know what I'm doing wrong with girls or with women." And you say, "Well, Mom, can you give me some advice?" And your mother says, "Well, son, what you need to do is you need to be a gentleman, and you need to be nicer. Next time you next time you see her, buy her some flowers and ask her how her day was, and sit down and listen to what she tells you." And you say, "Yeah, that sounds like some good advice." So you go out, you be a gentleman, and you have the same results all over again. Okay? Now your mother is telling you what she thinks that she should tell you. However, that type of behavior may or may not have been employed by your father, but that is not what attracted your mother to your father. Okay? Your mother was attracted to your father for different reasons, but she's not going to explain that to you as far as you dealing with women. And I said this in one of other videos too. A lot of women say they want a good man. They want a nice guy that's going to treat them right, that's going to understand how they feel and understand what they need in life, who's going to be there for them, who's going to be trustworthy, who's going to treat them right, who's going to help be a support so they can build a family and a life together. And you're that guy. But they still go after the jerk or the bad boy anyway, right? So your mother told you one thing to be successful with women, but the reason your father was successful with her is completely different. Women say they want a good guy. They choose the bad guy all the time. At least when they're younger. When they get older, when things change around, they're looking for the good guy. So women do this stuff all the time. Say one thing, do another. Say one thing, behave completely different from what they said. And as I explained in my other videos, these women generally comprise about 70% of the population of women. About 7 out of 10 women react to emotions and make decisions about relationships in a completely emotional way. Whoever stimulates or activates their emotions the most, or elicits the most emotional response out of them, is who they are attracted to. Attraction is equal to emotional stimulation to them. So a lot of these women have an inability to think logically concerning making decisions in relationships. So it's the reason why they say those things. For example, a lot of women that have had one night stands will never admit it, not to a man's face. They'll just flat out lie about it or something like that, some type of behavior. And the reason is a couple of things. Number one, when you have an inability to use logic concerning a situation, you have to rely on what somebody else thinks about the situation or what somebody else has said. So the socially acceptable thing for women is to say stuff like, be a gentleman, and you'll get the girl. No, I haven't slept with anyone on the first date. Yes, you're a great guy, and any woman would be lucky to have you as her husband. These are all socially acceptable things that women say. And the reason they say them is because society teaches them to say that stuff. But the reason they do something different is because they're reacting to emotional responses. They're responding emotionally rather than logically. If they were logical in their thinking about relationships, then they would do exactly what they said. If you're the greatest guy in the world, they would be with you. If being a gentleman is what attracted them, or what attracts them to women, or what attracts them to men, then the first man to be a gentleman, that's who they would be attracted to, and they wouldn't reject it. Right? So this is the reason why women say one thing and do another. Most of these women fall under the 70% of women in society that are completely emotionally responsive in relationship situations. They have no ability to use logic whatsoever. So they rely on what they were taught by society to say that's socially acceptable. And the reason, and I understand women say these things so they're not looked upon as men, as whores or loose, slutty women. And I agree with that. That's cool. I'm not saying that it's wrong. I'm just saying that this is the way it is, and this is what you need to understand. Another thing, if you want to understand, and that's going to help you a lot. But if you want to understand more about language and how language is put together, there's a couple of guys. One's name was Richard Bandler. Another was named John Grinder. And these guys created a system based on linguistic the linguistic patterns of very persuasive people called neuro-linguistic programming. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of it. A lot of pickup artists and PUAs and stuff like that use a lot of these patterns. But I would suggest that you study the language patterns in NLP or neuro-linguistic programming for yourself. So you'll have another tool in your arsenal in understanding how to be more persuasive with language and why certain people say the things that they do. So anyway, that's my more insight on the issue, and I hope it helps you guys out. Peace.